disputed areas. We are calling the attention of the INEC chairman, the president, the stakeholders, that this is not the democracy that we have bargained for. And this is not what people have bargained for. We are not seeking for any special favor. What we are saying is that people should be allowed to vote and those votes should count. No individual should manipulate the system and get away with it. It means we are not running a democracy. It is no longer a democracy. So in totality we rejected these votes and we have told INEC intelligence available, sources available to us, most of the resources for the North Central have been tampered with. And INEC are aware of this information. They are completely aware of this information. I'm urging INEC as an institution to work on this. They have promised in their press release they are looking into it. So I thought that disputed areas will be set aside. And then they will accept the ones that have no issues. And then they can take decision on whatever they want to do in terms of the areas that have a lot of controversies. For Kogi election to be credible, to be decent, and of course for people to have a change of mind in terms of the irregularities of election in Kogi states. So I'm appealing to INEC to do the needful as urgently as possible so that we will not create anarchy, we will not create uncertainty in Kogi states. I want to also express my gratitude to service chiefs for doing a very wonderful job. With some of these figures, which is very discrediting to our nation, is very damaging to our democracy. This should not be accepted to the needful. And therefore, we as SDP, as the national chairman of the party and our NWC members here, we rejected this in totality. We are not in any confrontation with INEC. INEC are very close to us as a political party. We are working with them very closely. And it's the reason why we decided to be very transparent, to be very open in making our points based on the facts available to us, which is also available to INEC as an umpire that is responsible for counting votes and responsible for cancelling elections where there are disputes. And all of you have these copies that I'm using, which has emanated from INEC, IRF, and the press conference that was released by INEC itself, not from SDP here. We did not manufacture this. We have also, like I said, registered our protest, which have been submitted in Lokoja. INEC chairman have been copied. We hope and we pray he will do the needful. The INEC as an organization will do the needful to avoid unnecessary crisis nationwide. Our polling unit agents have been sending us report of what is going on. And that is why our facts are based on facts that we have collected documentarily. We did everything to train our polling unit agents, and all the necessary documents at every polling unit are being collected for the purpose of making a lot of clarifications. So once again, it is not a very lengthy press conference. It's a very precise press conference to register our protest based on what INEC have done, based on what INEC have released, and based on what we have also registered, based on what we deducted from INEC, IRF, and the press conference, press release that was released by INEC themselves. Our candidate have also registered his own protest, rejecting these figures that have been manufactured. I've given you all the figures, is with you as well. Thank you very much, except if you have something to add. To review result within 48 hours. Whatever result there is in the IRF. And I'm sure you also understand what the judgment of presidential and what have you on what IRF is. It's simply a collection center. That's what it is. It doesn't mean that if it has been uploaded, is a legal document that can be used. So if fact has been established and INEC recognizes that, and they took action in some of the local governments, they said they are investigating others. The right thing to do is to suspend all areas of disputes.
in order to maintain their credibility, their integrity. Where no security personnel have been found wanting so far, unlike before, where you see security agencies participating in disrupting polling unit areas. But in this case, we haven't seen much of that. There was no any video either in the social media or otherwise where security agents have been found wanting. So which means what the IG have said, what the chief of defense staff have said was right, that the era of allowing crisis, in an election is over. We have seen it evidently clear. Now we are battling with INEC that is responsible for conducting elections, responsible for distributing result sheets. Why should it be that INEC result sheet will be in the hand of some people before the commencement of election? That is a very serious indictment. Very, very serious indictment. And I'm happy they have acted, but they should go beyond areas that they have acted, because it's beyond those areas. There's no way on earth, unless under either kidnapping or something, that INEC result sheet would be taken away. And INEC staff will go to a polling unit without result sheets. We have all the videos. And people conducted themselves properly, because otherwise they would have maimed them or beat them up. But a lot of civility was brought in. There was no beating, there was no harassment, but they protested. They said, no, you cannot conduct it because there are no result sheets. And there's no way you can conduct election without result sheets. And the law allows the polling unit agent to inspect the result sheets before usage, the beaver system to scan it for their own records. So all those things are part of the right of party or party agents. Now result sheets were out before the commencement of the election. In a state that was well guided, security well deployed, and the state where, it is under off-season states to be conducted, INEC have sufficient manpower to have deployed credible people that will not compromise the integrity of INEC. What we saw is INEC integrity have been compromised in certain areas. Those individuals responsible, like what INEC have said in their press release, they will found them. They've said that several times, but I hope this one is too visible. In one state, result sheets were missing. And those are the areas we are disputing, where we had that a lot of rigging and productions of votes have been made. And so far what was declared shows exactly what we had. So since INEC said they are going to look into it, we want them to look into it very seriously. It's a very delicate issue. Okay. I want to jump into that. I hope INEC will not do that, because the INEC chairman have addressed the nation. He promised to uphold the INEC dignity. He promised to uphold the sanctity of the polling units. He promised to uphold the voters' right to cast their votes and their vote to count. And I will hold on to that. I don't want to jump that and say that he will not stand by what he has said. He has made it publicly, globally. He has said that. He has said it before the security establishments, that there will be no compromise at all. And INEC chairman have said that they have no candidate. They have repeated it. INEC chairman in his own press release, he said INEC have no candidate in all the 3 states of the Federation. So since they have no candidate, they should abide by the rules. That's all we are saying. And of course, there are always fallback positions, but I don't want to talk about fallback position. We are collecting our facts. In all the wards in Kogi State, in the entire local government, we are collecting our facts. And those facts will not be like what happened before, where polling unit agent would not get access to result sheet. We are getting access to our result sheets, which do not tally particularly here with what we saw. This is incredible that voters, at a particular polling unit, this kind of massive rigging, this kind of variation is unprecedented in our electoral processes. And I think this will go a long way in determining whether INEC as an institution, have completely shifted from abnormalities that normally take place. This is our hope, this is our prayer. But naturally, there are fallback positions. When we hope we'll not get to that, this issue will be resolved peacefully in the interest of democracy.